Hi, Rebecca Barnes, publisher of Prince William Living Magazine, and I am here with Mayor Ernie Porta of Occoquan, town of Occoquan. Mayor, well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Rebecca. Hope you're
We
doing
want
well.
to we want to talk about Occoquan and how everybody's doing. Can you just give us a quick overview of what's going on there?
Yeah, so Occoquan is sort of dealing with everything the way everybody else is. We do have we have a lot of events that are typically coming up in May and June and in the summer that we're actually having to. Sorry, I'm adjusting my computer here. That we're having to make some adjustments on. So the first one I probably should talk about, if it's okay with you, is Riverfest.
Absolutely.
Okay, Riverfest was essentially our replacement for the Spring Craft Show. We last year decided that we were going to replace the Spring Craft Show. As you know, we have two craft shows, one in the spring and one in the fall. We decided to replace the Spring Craft Show with a substantial modification or reinvention of that show. So it was still going to include two components of the old craft show: an artisan walk component, which would be juried crafters, then what we were calling a marketplace, which was other types of vendors. These vendors in this particular case, though, were going to be largely focused around the water. And then we were adding a bunch of activities to that spring event. So we were going to have kayak and stand-up paddleboard slalom races. We were having a shrimp boil, entertainment, music in the park, a beer garden, that sort of thing. So that was a big event for us that we were planning for the first weekend in June. Of course, with the restrictions of the COVID-19 pandemic, we've had to adjust that. And so what we've essentially decided to do is, at least for 2020, to merge that with the Fall Arts and Crafts Show. So that is basically being shifted now to the last weekend in September, and will be part of what we hope is a larger fall craft show that people will come to in part to celebrate the end of summer.
Excellent. And we can all understand having to make those adjustments. Sounds very exciting, and I think a lot of us will be ready to get out of the house and get some semblance of normality. But speaking of normality, you and I had a conversation earlier about the new normal. Tell us a little bit about what Occoquan has done to adapt to try to bring business back and to help out the merchants in Occoquan.
Yeah, thank you for asking that question, because that is a major concern of ours. You know, unlike a lot of places, we've actually been able to keep our town government working and functioning, and our town hall open. Now, part of that is simply because we're a small enough jurisdiction that our one major public access facility, the town hall, is already set up so that everything is handled at a service window. So we're actually able to keep the social distancing and to do a number of other things that other people, frankly, aren't as lucky to be able to do. So the town government has continued to operate. Our town hall continues to be open. Hours are a little bit more limited than they were before. Town council continues to meet with social distancing and other precautions. For our businesses, of course, it's much tougher. We have a number of businesses in town that actually are considered essential. And as you know, in Virginia, most non-essential businesses are allowed to stay open if they limit the number of people who come in and practice social distancing. So we have some businesses who have actually been able to do really well with that. For example, our puzzle shop, Puzzle Palooza, is doing a booming business. But for most of the other businesses, and certainly for a lot of our service businesses, this is a very, very difficult time. So one of the things we've done is we, early on in this process, established a registration process for businesses to fill out a form for us with the town government. And we would put on our website what we were characterizing as the COVID-19 offerings of various Occoquan businesses. And these are restaurants, retail businesses, as well as service businesses. And effectively what it does in this directory is it identifies for potential customers what businesses are open for things like purchase of gift cards and gift certificates, or for the actual purchase of merchandise. whether or not you can do that online, by phone, whether or not it's curbside pickup to go, or it can be mailed. So roughly about half of our restaurants have been staying open with the curbside pickup to go service. They really did a good job actually of collaborating on this. They got together, produced a banner that we have in one of the entrances to town that identifies all of them that are doing that. Our other retail businesses and a few of our service businesses that are actually able to provide services have also registered with us on what we call our COVID-19 offerings page on our website. And incidentally, if you go to the Occoquan webpage, it's www.occoquanva.gov, and you can go there and you can click on the link that shows the listing of these businesses. And what we're trying to do is we're really trying to encourage people that even if they don't want to come down for a curbside pickup to go service for something like a puzzle, for example, that they at least consider purchasing gift cards or gift certificates that these stores offer that they can then redeem at a later date. We also very early on set up for a number of these businesses, particularly the restaurants, but actually we did it for the puzzle business as well because they had so many people coming in. We specifically reserved parking spaces on the streets for the curbside pickup to go. Some of the businesses have collaborated. So for example, 3 restaurants that are right next to each other, the Thai Bon, Secret Garden Cafe, and the Spot on Mill Street, they all are right next to each other. So they put up a central location for people to pull up in their cars to pick up meals that they had ordered in advance. Another initiative we have going is something that was put together by Sarah at Hitchcock Paper and Nikki Van Eck as well. And they worked with some folks to put together something on Facebook called the Occoquan Marketplace. You're smiling, so I don't know if that means you've seen it or not.
Yes.
But it's essentially something where you join this Facebook group, which is a public group. You don't have to join the group, but if you join the group, then you get notifications about new things being put up. And businesses put up on there particular items that they have for sale. And they tell you the price and how many they have, and you just comment back, sold, if you want it, and then you take care of how you pay for and pick up these things. If you look at it, it's a little bit like QVC can be, and that you see something and you're like, wow, I didn't even realize I needed that, but obviously I need that. So, and it was really, Sarah and Nikki doing this was really a great thing because it helped businesses who may have an online presence either with a web page or on a social media site, but maybe don't have actually the capability to accept payments easily electronically or to constantly update their website in a way that they can market what they want to market. So this was really a great collaborative effort on their part that doesn't just benefit them, but benefits other business owners in town. So we encourage people to go to Occoquan Marketplace if you can. And then, of course, naturally, and we can talk about this if you'd like, we're looking at other ways of raising funds for town businesses that may be struggling.
Yeah, I understand that you have bingo and a run. Tell us about that.
Right. So we have two things, two ways that we're trying to fundraise for our businesses. And the ultimate goal on this is to have a pool of money that people can basically apply for in town businesses, and that we will try to distribute to them. Hopefully, we're still working through the town's budget process right now, but hopefully the town itself will be able to contribute some funds back into that as well. The virtual 5K fundraiser is one we've been running almost since a day or two before the stay-at-home order was issued, and it runs through June 10th, which is the day that the stay-at-home order from the governor is currently scheduled to expire. And the idea behind the virtual 5K is that people sign up. It's a modest registration fee. They register for $25. Ultimately, they will get a shirt, and we have a logo that's been designed for this. But the idea is you do this 5K anywhere you want to. And it can be walk, it can be run, it can be kayak and canoe, it can be stand-up paddleboard, it can be bike, it can be hike, it can be walking on your treadmill at home if you'd like. So what you do is you register on our site for this. pay your $25. Then you go and do this wherever you want. And then we encourage you to upload your results to us, something that indicates that you did it, whether it's something off your Fitbit or a Map My Run or anything that you might have. Now, that's not absolutely required, but we do want you to upload some sort of results so it identifies to us that you've done it. We're asking everybody when they do that, when they sign up, we ask them to commit also to making a good faith effort to buy a gift card or gift certificate or something from an Occoquan retailer. So then we're taking that money, and that money goes into a pool it's actually going to the Good News Community Kitchen, our VFW, the Occoquan Historical Society. The Occoquan Historical Society board has elected to use all the funds to purchase gift cards from town businesses, which they'll then auction off at one of their later fundraisers. The bingo, Occoquan Bingo, is a similar type of thing to some other efforts that people are doing where you basically, by ordering or shopping with someone, you fill out spots on a bingo card. Once that card is filled up, of course, we move to another card, but you get bingo, you get entered into a drawing. We have that's explained in more detail on the Occoquan website at www.occoquanva.gov/OCQ-bingo/ and you can get more details on that. We're hoping to do some other fundraisers as well, depending upon how long the restrictions from the pandemic are in place. We're running this through some nonprofits, so people who participate in this will get charitable deductions. We'll put this in a pot, and then this money will go back out to Occoquan businesses.
Excellent. So there's lots of ways that people can support the businesses in Occoquan, whether it's attending Riverfest in the fall, whether it's going onto the marketplace and buying something there, or going straight to the vendors, buying gift cards, which of course they can use those gift cards later either to give out as gifts or to Christmas shop. I know that sounds crazy, but before we know it, Christmas is going to be here. And by buying those gift cards now, we're supporting the merchants in Occoquan today when they need our support. They can order carry out or delivery, or curbside pickup or delivery of food, and then support these fundraisers, the 5K and the bingo. So that's lots of ways for our community to support Occoquan. Occoquan's always been there for us. So I think it's a great way for us to give back to Occoquan. We'll put links below for all of those items for anybody that's interested. And we'll put contact information in case people have further questions. Anything else you want to throw out there for us?
Just what I will ask people to do is that if you come down to Occoquan, and you're always welcome. We really are encouraging people to make sure they social distance. We, like Prince William County, we have kept our main park open, and we do that because, as Prince William County does, it's really important for people to be able to get outside and get some sort of exercise and some sort of stress relief. So we have signs up there with regard to social distancing, though, and I've gone out and I've painted strips that are every they're closer to 8 feet because I got tired of bending over every 6 feet to put the paint down. So most of them are close to 8 feet. But we ask people if they do come down, and we know the weather's going to get nicer, so people will do that. To just maintain the social distancing that we've asked everybody to do. Everybody, I will tell you, both everybody, the residents, the business owners, and the overwhelming majority of visitors to town have all been really, really great about that. So we really appreciate the way the community has been helping us so far, both by patronizing our businesses and by, when they're outside here, being cooperative and conscientious with regard to the social distancing recommendations. Do keep your eyes open for things in the summer. Once things start opening back up, we fully anticipate that over the summer we're going to do some, I don't want to call them pop-up events because they'll be a little bit more organized than that, but we anticipate that we're going to be throwing together some outdoor events in Occoquan over the summer. Maybe a bike event, maybe a kayak and stand-up paddleboard race event. Some other things that people might, maybe a duck splash again, some things that people might enjoy coming down, getting outside for, and shaking off the cabin fever they have.
Excellent. Well, as those happen, that we're here to support you and Occoquan, and to let people know when those events come up, because we'll all be itching to get out and do things with our families outside. But we thank you for everything you do, the merchants in Occoquan for what they're doing, especially the restaurants. So we just encourage our readers to support those small businesses in Occoquan. Thanks
Well,
so
thank
much
you.
for joining us today.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thanks for doing this. Be well.